Hello and welcome to our next CHC expert interview. Today I have a super interesting guest in our interview because I am already curious what he will tell us in the next couple of minutes. Why? Because he's doing so many different things super successfully, and I'm curious how he's handling this and how he became successful and what tips he has for other entrepreneurs. So hello and welcome, Jeff Goldstein. Please introduce yourself.
Good morning, Stephen, from Florida, US, and I'm grateful for your time and expertise, and I really enjoy being mentored by you. You're terrific at what you do.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So tell us a little bit about what you are doing and what your entrepreneurship is all about.
Great question. I'm a real estate agent by trade, but I'm also an entrepreneur, and my entrepreneurial skills include residual income, direct sales, and essential services in 27 countries with a company that is 30 years old and celebrating this month. I'm flying out to Fort Worth, Texas tomorrow for 4 days of extensive training, because in the entrepreneurial world, if you're not training, if you're not dealing with consultants that are experts at the field, you're slow, you're in mud, you're in quicksand, you're not moving forward. And in entrepreneurial, you have to go by what's going on in your world today. Because as big companies do, they are sheltering their weakest link. In the entrepreneurial world, the weakest link can drag you down immediately. And that doesn't happen because what we've learned is that extensive training and having consultants help out, the long-term progress always looks bright, very sunny.
Yeah, awesome. I completely agree with you. I really do, because this is something what also makes me successful or made me successful, just constantly reinvesting in myself, in my skill set, training not only me, but also my team and also our business partners.
Absolutely.
So you just mentioned that you are doing so many different things, which is so awesome. How do you handle this? I mean, how is your daily business? How do you handle multiple companies, multiple ventures? And yeah, what?
So let's paint a picture for you. If you're driving in a car by yourself, you could get to A to B by yourself, but you could also put 4 other in the car. That's 5 people in the same car going to the same destination. So multiple streams of income. You can segue into each and every one of them at the exact same time, because there's people in your lifeline and your forward-looking thinking that are using the same products. And you always ask, how can I help you? I am solution-based, and I need to know, if you don't mind, who do you know? That's important. I'm grateful, number one, to your audience to let them know that Stephen Poshnick of the Corporate Health Consulting is an extraordinary partner with my companies. And I got to tell you, my companies have grown just in the few times we've had consulting conversations, Stephen, and I'm grateful for it.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate your words. I'm so happy that we could help you, and I'm looking forward what we can achieve together in the future.
Absolutely. Let me know how I can assist.
Yeah. Jeff, so we talked a little bit about, before we started the interview, on how different the entrepreneurial world is than the employee world is. And especially right now, so many people are not satisfied or not happy anymore with their employers or with their corporate job, and they are trying to get somehow into an entrepreneurial world. So what is necessary to become successful in this completely different world of entrepreneurship?
Great question, Stephen. It's very simple. It's your connections. It's your upline. It's the people in your sphere. As a W-2 employee here in the United States, that's a 9-to-5 job, for lack of a better term. You have a boss over you. You have metrics over you. You have to wake up. You have to have breakfast. You have to put gas in your car and drive to work. You have to spend time in an office environment, and you have to listen to the rules. As an entrepreneur, you could use a telephone, whether I'm here in Florida or in Europe, and do my business on a phone. You're not tied down to an office. You're really the boss. You make your own rules. Time frame, your own time frame. I wake up when I want, even though I wake up 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. In the 4 hours that I get working before the house wakes up, those 4 hours, I've done a whole day's work. If I want to go to the beach or ride my bicycle or walk around the block or see my family, My business is growing. It's residual, which means I could be in the shower, I could be sleeping, I could be stuck in traffic. My business is growing. I build distribution. I train distribution. I also train that consulting by other professionals is probably the most important aspect in a residual income empire that I'm building. And I'm learning from mentors, paid consultants, and I'm online all day long learning from the champions that have done this before. If you think you're going to invent something or create or build a pyramid, go look at how the pyramids were built thousands of years ago, and they're still here. We can't build a pyramid with our technology in the world today. It's impossible to match what those gentlemen did, ladies and gentlemen did back in the early thousands. Incredible. But the key to success is just always learning, always reviewing, always. You have to know what your return on your investment. We call it ROI here in the States, and you have to be on top of things. You can't sleep on your laurels or rest on your laurels. Everything changes on a daily, even sometimes twice, 3 times a day. You know that in Europe, things change quite frequently. There's weather events. There are other events that happen. In Turkey and in Syria, there was an earthquake that devastated that country. A lot of people throughout the world come from that region. And if you're a W-2 employee and you need to take off and go to, the Middle East to help family members for 3 weeks, your boss might not like that. But as an entrepreneur, that's the freedom that is given me and my team.
100% agreed. And I agree also because I have a similar story. We needed to pivot multiple times in my 22 years of entrepreneurship in all of my companies. It was never a straight, direct path. I always had to adapt to a situation, to the market. I overcame the COVID crisis with my companies, the financial crisis, 2008, 9, 10, and all these things. So you just need to adapt. And I think this is also something what entrepreneurship is all about. You need to be willing to adapt to a new situation. You need to be willing to learn or to pivot or to change the path you started, because otherwise probably you are hitting a wall over and over again and you will not become successful.
Well said. Absolutely. Agree with you 100%.
Awesome. So let me ask you, I know you are you are super fit for your age and you are very into your personal health. So why is this something what is important for you? Because there are a lot of people out there actually who are entrepreneurs but do not take care of their body, how they look like, how their health is. Why is health important for you?
Very important question. That's a great question. I can tell you, sitting in this chair for up to 7 to 10 hours a day is not a healthy thing for me. So I get up and ride my bicycle. I take 3-mile walks daily. I eat healthy. I get as much sleep as I possibly can. When you're healthy, your mind works in a very positive manner. Unfortunately, illness is something that could be hereditary, or people bring it on themselves on their habits: smoking, drinking, not sleeping, sitting in a seat for 10 hours a day and not getting up. Sitting on an airplane, if you know this, and you probably traveled, it's not good for you. You dehydrate. You're sitting in one seat. You need to move around. You need to drink a lot of fluids. So health, your personal health, is in conjunction with your business's health. If you're laying in bed, you're not feeling well, you're not growing. And people that you train with know that. So a key to an entrepreneurship, Stephen, is that your team has to be able to cover you in the event of a sickness. We all know that COVID hit in 2020, decimated families. It's caused a lot of grief throughout the global community, business community included. Travel was shut down. You couldn't even go out and have family dinners. They restricted that here in the States. But certain businesses grew from that and learned how to incorporate that, reality. So you never know when the flu is going to hit you, or going to get COVID, or you're going to break a knee or twist an ankle or be able to be incapacitated. That's why we have insurance. I give myself my best opportunity by staying as healthy as I possibly can. My mantra is always keep moving. So when I get off this call with you, and I'm grateful for the call, I'm going to take a nice 1/2 mile walk in the 85-degree temperature here in Florida with my SPF on because I'm afraid of the sun and the rays.
Yeah.
It's another health concern.
Yeah.
I drink a lot of fluids during the day and mostly clear. I stay away from alcohol. I do not have any drugs in my system, or I do not smoke. And I stay away from people who do because they're very unhealthy. You could see just in their face.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I love what you just said about your personal health represents your business health, because
absolutely
there's nothing more true than that. Because if you lose your personal health, you have no chance to kick off a successful business. And on the other hand side, if you have a successful business and you don't have your health anymore, there is no way you can get it back. Yeah, no money can buy your health back if it's destroyed forever. But you also mentioned something what is, in my opinion, really, really important, and a lot of entrepreneurs do not really have on their focus. So you talked about residual income, and now you talked about your team needs to cover you if you are not able or to take care of your business, or probably you want to help your people in Turkey or something other strike in your family. So the residual income, in my opinion, is something most entrepreneurs don't think enough about it, because they are so dependent on selling something and selling something else and selling something else. And as soon as they stop to sell something, they don't have income anymore. Would you agree?
Correct. 100%. As a real estate agent, when I do a closing, I get a commission check through my broker. I get paid. I'm not getting paid until the next deal closes, even though I'm working, showing homes, listing homes, traveling all over showing homes.
Yeah.
So what residual income has done for me and my family, when my wife had an illness in her family and I had to take 6 months off to tend as a caregiver, my company grew. Very little. I did maybe a half hour a day, and my company grew from 200 business partners to over 300 business partners without me making one phone call. That was the dynamic of the team.
Yeah.
And that's just because you have a significant mentorship above us, and they're always training. These are people that don't even have to work, Stephen. They're millionaires, multimillionaires. And I asked one of them, I said, why do you keep working? You don't have to, you have more money than God, for lack of a better term. And he said to me this, I want to see people successful like I have and be able to provide for their families like I have provided for my family. This gentleman works 14 hours every day, and it's incredible. And I'm going to get to see him in Texas. It's incredible.
Yeah, yeah. No, and this is remarkable, because I think people should get in contact with such mentors or such coaches much earlier in their entrepreneurial journey. This was also something what I did not right in my early days, because I did not know how important a coach is or how important a mentor is. And then I thought, oh, okay, I cannot afford a coach or something like that. No, you cannot afford not to have a coach.
That's right.
Or a mentor. Yeah. Awesome.
Well, it's unfortunate, but if you told somebody I have a course for you, I have a consulting course for you for $199, they might say, I can't afford that. But you turn around and say, listen, I've got a trip for you to go to Europe, 7 days for $199. They'll go, hold on, I got the money.
Immediately, right. That's so true.
There's nothing wrong with going to Europe on $199, but that trip, once you're back home, is a memory. That $199 that you spend with a consultant or a learning trip with your team is invaluable.
Yeah. And nobody can take this away from you anymore. Yeah. Because the knowledge,
and plus you have a new,
and the skill set is there. Yes.
And plus you have a new connection, and you have the ability to have all their connections.
Yeah. Yeah. 100% agreed.
Yeah.
So Jeff, to wrap this up, how does a healthy business look like nowadays? Because we have recession, we have inflation, massive negative media is dropping to everybody every single day. So what is your definition of a healthy business, and what is necessary to have a healthy business nowadays?
Absolutely great question, Stephen. A healthy business takes a look at all avenues of revenue. They don't stop because there's an earthquake. They don't stop because the weather or a hurricane has ripped through the United States. They don't stop because there's a recession, because if you've looked at the history of, let's say, the United States, people make money, good, bad, and ugly. It's the strength of your team. It's the strength of your wherewithal within your learning processes. If you're not learning, you're stuck. Learning, let me talk to Stephen and get some consulting from the corporate, health consulting corporation and get his insight, because you have insight from multiple companies that you deal with, and you hear multiple explanation of how the health of that company is. So why wouldn't I want to talk to you and get that information that I could filter through my team? If I'm reading the Wall Street Journal and nobody else is, then it's in my best interest to put out an email with what I think is important in that business paper. The Harvard Business Review is another great tool. LinkedIn's another great tool, how we met. Right. You could learn whatever you want. You just have to go find it.
That's true.
I mean, I would love to have my team have you speak to them at some point, because I think what I've learned from you the 3 or 4 times we've spoken is invaluable to me. So I would also say for an entrepreneur or any team, they need to seek out consultants. And I'll tell you why. If I try to learn everything myself, I'm on blinders. Here's my view. But if I start getting consultants, my view is now maybe 180 and hopefully 360. Because let me ask you a question. In your expertise, you said 20-something years. You probably have dealt with thousands of companies at this point.
Right.
So now I talk to Stephen, one consultant, I've got the ability to hear his information on 1,000 companies like that. That's important to me. That's important to my team. That's important to an entrepreneur. I love when I go to the beach here in Fort Lauderdale and my phone rings. Hey, where are you? I'm at the beach. Why aren't you working? Well, I am. I'm on my phone.
I am. Yeah. That's beautiful, Jeff. That's beautiful. So I have to share where I am at the moment. I relocated last week to Sardinia in Italy, and I have a beautiful view of the sea and the coastline. And what do I do here? I work. But I just am on another place where I really love to be on this place, and where also spring is there and all these things. But I can work from wherever I want, and I can support people. And you're in the States, I am in Europe. We can do these interviews due to technology. So, and that's something what definitely brings companies forward, in my opinion. Yeah.
So 100%. I have one of my team members flew to Switzerland yesterday. She's going to be in Switzerland, Germany, France, and possibly Italy. And she's still able to take a phone call on WhatsApp. We're not missing a beat. And if she doesn't want to make a phone call, that's fine. The business is growing. You could take a trip. I'd love to come see you in Italy. It's a beautiful country.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I just pick you up on the airport, and I show you the area here. Awesome, Jeff. So Jeff,
I'd have to upgrade my outfits.
Perfect. Yeah. So thank you so much for your time, Jeff. So I'm 100% sure that our audience and a lot of people want to reach out to you and want to get in contact with you and want to have more of Jeff Goldstein and all the cool things you're already doing. So what's the best way to connect with you or to reach out to you?
Sure. There's a simple process in the United States. There's a phone number, 954-802-8269. That's 954-802-8269. Anywhere outside of the United States, I'm available on WhatsApp, and the same phone number would apply. And if you need an email, it's 954acn@gmail.com. Very simple.
Awesome.
Keeping it simple is also good. People are, unfortunately, they're a segment of the population that are lazy. I don't judge, but you know what? I make it simple for everybody to contact me. I answer my phone.
Yeah.
Because you never know who's calling. You never know who's calling.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's really remarkable, Jeff. We will definitely take this and also share this when we are launching the video. So Jeff, thanks again. And I'm really looking forward to whatever we will do together in the future. And yeah.
Let me ask you this, for my audience, how is it that they could get in touch with you to talk to you about your consulting services? Is there an easy way, a website? How would they get in touch with you, Steve?
Definitely. So the easiest way is just on LinkedIn. So my LinkedIn profile with my name, Stefan Poschig. And I'm taking care of my LinkedIn personally, so I am answering messages. And I also have my email address and my phone number in my LinkedIn profile. So it's openly information, exactly like you are doing. And I also have an European and a US phone number. So wherever you are on planet Earth, it is easy and cheap to reach out to me. And also on WhatsApp. So that's the easiest way. LinkedIn, there you find all my contact informations. And I'm happy to do a call or whatever you want to do or help you with something.
Well, paying it forward, here's what I'm going to do. When I get back from Texas next Monday, I'm going to put together a technical letter about this meeting with you, and I'll post it on LinkedIn to explain to anybody that can hear me right here, right now, that the best attribute of a company is to grow. And how you grow rapidly is to contact Stephen. His consulting services are incredible, and they are relevant. And I got to tell you, without what I've learned from you, Stephen, my company would have been stuck. They're growing really rapidly again, and I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, Jeff. I'm so happy to hear this, and I'm so happy that I can support you. And I really appreciate your time. So to wrap the interview up, and thanks again, and reach out to Jeff. He is an awesome resource with his information, with his experience. And I learned so much in this video. I took a bunch of notes. Probably you saw it while I did the interview with you.
Yeah.
And a lot of success for you. And we will stay in contact. And to all of you listeners out there, have an awesome day, a lot of success, and stay healthy. Thank you. Bye for now.
Thank you very much.